Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias, mi gente. Yo, welcome to Daily Discipline number 214. Rob Hoback here. It is Savage Saturday, May 18th. Happy you're here. Honored and humbled if you came back. Return visitor, referring friend, whatever. Just happy you're here. Thank you. Keep coming back. The more you come back, the better this gets. I don't know if you figured that out yet. It is Saturday. We've been through this. There are no days off. It's time to get to work. So first things first, I'm the realist. You ready? I'm also disciplined, right? I mean, I've got so many sheets. I'm trying to figure out what to do over here. So I'm open to the feedback, but I was thinking about saving up a little money and putting a digital picture frame there where I would scan all these in and then they would just roll, right? So every time you look over there, there's another I am reminding me of, quite frankly, how awesome I really am. Sometimes I forget what we're here for, right? Discipline. I mean, did you ever think I was going to put that about myself? But look, it's 214 days in a row. You can't say I'm not disciplined. I can't say I'm not disciplined, at least in this regard. There are obviously other things that I could do, be more disciplined at, but hey, we're a work in progress. So, all right. Oh, yeah, and I made a note here. King James and Barb, do you remember talking about being disciplined in number 214? Do you remember back when the creeper used to say, what are we doing here? Why are we doing this? That guy. And it's time for thankies, and no, we're not thankful for the creeper this morning. We're thankful for him in general, but today my thankies is for adversity. Again, reading my book, and this one's taken me a while. Like, I'll read it, and I'll let it set in, and then I'll put it down, and I'll read it again. And, I think part of it, the biggest thing that I've gotten so far is that adversity, being unhappy, bad shit is just part of the program. And if we are to think, well, we do. Like, I know I do. It's like, well, why isn't everything perfect? Why isn't everything easy? That's not how it goes, right? It's not how it goes. And if we have an unrealistic expectation in our mind, then we're constantly going to be under stress. So I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for the adversity. Now when we've got a jackaroo sighting. Come here, Bubba. Good morning. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, yes. So I'm just thankful. So now when the adversity comes, I just know that that's part of the program. That's what makes us better. All right. It's a Savage Saturday, weekend review number 20. So number one, it's kind of hard to believe that we're almost through the 20th week of the year. So we're almost halfway, guys. I mean, we are a month and a half away from halfway. And so what have we learned this week? We started out with Mother's Day. Love your mama, right? We all, check this out. We all have issues with our mama. We do, right? It is what it is. Doesn't mean we don't love them. Doesn't mean we should ignore them. We all love our mama. But our mama, your mama probably drives you nuts. My mama drives me nuts. Does your mama drive you nuts? No? Too easy? All right. The second thing we review, people complain. It's what we do, right? Like, if it's not exactly perfect the way we want it, we're going to complain about it. And just as long as it's not complaining all day, it's all right. Just get it out. Get it over with. But then figure it out and move on with your life. Nobody wants to be around a complainer all the time. Yeah, that's going to give you a song of the day. I got a song of the day. So in my notes were STFU, shut the fork up and enjoy the ride. It's a Toby Keith song. It's not exactly like that, but I'll put it in there. And I think there's a little irony to playing a Toby Keith song today because Toby Keith is from Moore, Oklahoma, which is a tornado magnet, and we've got some severe weather here today. I mean, you've never experienced a thunderstorm until you've experienced some severe weather in Oklahoma. Shit's intense. Recognize the pattern, right? Remember we're talking about how Addie commented there was a pattern there. And sometimes we don't see the pattern that we're in, not the pattern of the outfit we chose, but just the behavioral pattern that we're stuck in. And sometimes we need somebody in our inner circle to call it out and be like, hey, do you recognize the pattern that you're in there? Might want to do something about that. Choose honesty. Oh, man, this is a good one. This video spawned several conversations about choosing honest confrontation over dishonest harmony. I feel like I need to make a sign for that, a visual. Again, choose to have the difficult conversations, because while we'll have anxiety going in there and it's going to be stressful right up until the conversation starts, then the pressure is lifted. You've taken the pressure off of it and you can get to where we need to get. Choose honest confrontation, meaning telling the truth. Confrontation doesn't have to be a fight. Choose that over dishonest harmony. You know the thing, like when nobody addresses the elephant in the room. It's just the worst. I hate that shit. It's the end of the school year. And instead of being upset about it and stressing, just embrace it. Like it is what it is. And boy, the kids are so excited. I love watching it. And then yesterday, I didn't even know how I got into it, but I got into this, a report came out through BuzzFeed. So I'm guessing it's I don't know. Anyway, it was about Tony Robbins. And, I had mentioned sometime this week talking about Uncle Grant Cardone, taking advantage of people when they reach out for help. And, that was kind of the same thing in this Tony Robbins thing, that there were, with the Me Too movement, there's these women coming out there like, look, man, he singled me out of the crowd, this, that, and the other. And so, while I read it, a couple things stood out. Number one is we're all human, right? We're all human. I'm not saying anything that Tony Robbins may or may not have done. Like, I don't know. All I know is that I'm reading this and I'm like, yeah, I'm sure some of this stuff happened, whether it's to the extent that's in there or whether it was just something. There's too many things, too many circumstances that keep repeating themselves from multiple people. So it's, when we elevate somebody to almost like deity status, like that, absolute power corrupts. We've seen it throughout history. And so I'm sure there's some of that there. The other thing that just really, I don't know, it's kind of like you got that voice inside your head talking to you, right? Is that while absolute power corrupts and, Tony Robbins is a human being, one of the ladies that was in it, that was involved in the scandal said, look, I kept reminding myself, hear the message. The messenger is irrelevant, right? So people fall in love and idolize people. It's like that. Well, it's not the people, it's the message. Hear the message. And so, I see that happening a lot. We see that happen with churches and pastors and just anybody that shows some leadership. They have leadership attributes and they've got a message that people are attracted to. A lot of times we then take that person and elevate them and say, oh my gosh, they're different. They're able to receive that message and then communicate that to greater masses. That doesn't mean that they're a vessel. They're not the source, right? I don't know. I feel like I didn't do a very good job of explaining, but it made perfect sense to me. And it's a Savage Saturday, and I'm not going to sit here and do 10 takes. I am going to get on with my life. Jackaroo needs me. Don't you bother. We got to go play some Mr. Potato Head. Hands up, peace out. We're better together. Careful with that extreme weather out there today, especially if you live down here in Oklahoma. Like when they say take cover, you best be taking some cover. All right. We'll be back tomorrow. Love you guys. Have a great one. Savage Saturday. We'll see you tomorrow with a report out on all the stuff we have going today, including. Can't wait. See you guys. Bye.